All right, this is four-time Mr. Olympia Jay Cutler. We're here at Muscle and Strength headquarters in their home gym here. And we're gonna demonstrate the leg press, which everyone and anyone that works out knows how to do a leg press, but do you know how to do it correctly is the question. So I'm gonna explain a couple of tips here on how to really do the foot placements and where to target the legs and where to target, obviously, more of the quads, less of the hamstrings. I think a lot of people have that misconception. They think they just get into the machine and it does the work, but you really have to pay attention to what you're doing and really try to put focus. Obviously, it's a quad exercise. So I'm gonna add a little weight to this, nothing crazy. Not the 10 or 15 plates that you normally see, you know, the Jay Cutler videos online. And this is kind of a unique thing because, you know, I've been able to come over here to Muscle and Strength and obviously see their new facility here and give a better idea now on how to perform exercises rather than just do them and see Jay go through the motions. So what I always focus on with doing legs, I always do kind of a warm-up with a leg extension machine, and then I'll walk over to a leg press. It's usually always my second movement. And I want to focus mainly on the quads. Everyone knows I'm known for my big quads and a lot of detail. So what I'm going to show here is my foot placement, okay? As you get higher up on the platform, which people tend to do, you're going to focus more on the hamstrings, which is the back of the legs and the glutes. Obviously, that's not really what I'm trying to focus on, so I'm going to keep my feet lower on the platform, okay? Yes, higher is going to make it a lot easier to press a lot of weights, and we know a lot of the guys, even some of the girls in the gym, like to focus on pressing a lot of weights to impress people. We're going to focus on really just trying to do the work, get the most contraction out of the legs, okay? So my suggestion is, okay, the feet should be, obviously, platforms vary in size. You want to keep your feet on a lower position of the platform, not super high. This is going to work more of the hamstring. Unless that's what you're trying to focus on, I would focus more on keeping the legs down in the lower, okay? And not much more than shoulder width apart. I mean, you see a lot of people spreading their legs out, okay? This is going to focus on more of the hamstrings again. You want to keep them at about shoulder width, okay? I like to keep my toes pointed slightly outward. Okay, this is going to allow contraction on the quads. Okay, unlock, okay, feet flat. And you have to make sure as you travel through the motion, the feet stay flat. There's too many people that roll onto the balls of their feet, okay? All the way down, okay, and up, okay? Now remember, a lot of times coming down, you'll see a lot of people who get on the leg press and they do this kind of motion. That's not going to work, okay? You want to come down to the point where your glutes don't rise off the platform, but you want to come down enough to really get a contraction in the upper quads and up, okay? Sometimes people like to hold on to the sides here, okay? The rep should be steady and really just trying to contract the quads. Control the downward motion, obviously explode up, okay? Not to the point where you actually lock the legs out, but really keep tension on the quads. It's very important. It's the tension. A lot of exercises you don't necessarily need to lock out, but keep tension on the quads, especially the upper quad. So down, up. Now I complete this for about 10 or 12 repetitions. Always my suggestion. Okay, smooth and steady. Really get that contraction. As you see, I'm not going too deep, but just enough to really get a good stretch on the quad and up. Okay, so foot position, super important. Really keep your feet lower on the platform. It's going to hit more of the upper quad and, of course, end up with quads like that. Actually showing something a little different from before. We're actually showing our exercises and points of how you should actually perform the exercises. I know it's easy to get into the gym and just sit in any machine or go through any workout without any kind of a real thought that actually goes into the movement, but I'm going to show today the leg extension machine and really how to target the upper quads. Everyone knows I'm known for my legs, so we're going to instruct a little bit. all you need is a basic leg extension machine, okay? And what we're gonna focus on is really trying to build that upper sweep. And that's not necessarily for the bodybuilder themselves. It's for anyone just really trying to get shape out of the legs and of course build strength. So always the first exercise I do is the leg extension. I really warm the knees up, okay? Not a lot of weight, couple exercises just to really warm up, okay? We're gonna do a lot of repetitions really to warm up, and then of course we'll work into the heavier sets. But what we're gonna do with this is, now the normal way people would do this exercise is they just go through the motion and they just go up and down with the leg extension. Really to target the upper quads, you have to point the toes out as you come up. So I'm gonna do the exercise, okay? And you come up, and instead of my toes pointing straight up, which is common, the toes are gonna go out, and it's really gonna bring in those upper quads. So up and out, okay? And as you see, it's a steady motion. The toes go back to normal position when I come down, and then when I come up, I'm really gonna point those toes out and really bring in those upper quads, okay? I'm gonna do this about 12 to 15 times, which is my normal rep range. Really get that squeeze, really point those toes at the top of the movement. Really just trying to shoot those toes straight out. Really get that burn in the upper thighs. That's really gonna bring out that detail. So it's not just about sitting in the machine, it's about using a little thought really to focus on targeting certain points of the legs when you do the exercise. The most common mistakes I see among amateur lifters is probably, I think everyone sees it, they all train too heavy. We see too many guys that don't do the full body part workout. They do, upper body, they don't put their legs in there, or they train the legs a lot easier. But most of the time I see people training too heavy in the gym. They're picking up weights, they're using their shoulders to bench press, or their triceps, or they're really just trying to go for weight records. And remember, bodybuilding, and I stress over and over, it takes a pattern of a lot of things, but it's mainly working for the pump and doing repetitions. It's not about 1 or 2 or 3, 4 reps. It's about 8 to 12 repetitions, getting constant blood flow to the muscles and allowing your muscles to swell in order to get that round muscle look. And that's how you win bodybuilding shows. Jay Cutler wasn't a guy that sat there in the gym and wanted to shoot for a record number of reps on a bench press or a squat. It was always just trying to get enough to get that blood flow in there, pump the muscle up, get out of the gym and feed it. I want to thank everyone for the continuous support.